Hello everyone, I am Dr. M. Raju, Faculty of English, Department of Basic Sciences and Humanities, B.V. Raju Institute of Technology, Narsapur, Medak District, Telangana. Today, I am here to talk with you an important topic. The topic name is W2H. W2H. The most important, I personally feel it's a kind of formula for a student development, for a student enhancement, the career progressive. W2H stands for, first W stands for what? The second W stands for why. And H stands for how. This is the model. A student has to develop himself or herself. Student has to inculcate. Student has to understand the concept before studying any kind of a concept. So let us get into technicalities of today's presentation, today's topic, W2H. So what, why, how? This is, I personally feel it's a kind of formula for any grad, technical grad, that one has to understand, one has to inculcate, one has to imbibe this principle of formula. Please be with me. Thank you. The first and foremost, when I talk about W2H, first W, what? You must ask whatever course or the subject you choose, you must ask yourself the first question called what? What is it? An engineering grad, any kind of a discipline or any kind of branches that you are from, civil, mechanical, EEE, chemical engineering, pharmaceutical engineering, or a CSC or allied other branches, any kind of. Before you study any course, any subject, first thing is you must ask, what is this? What is this course? And what does it apply or imply to me? What does it apply to society? What does it apply to the stakeholders? So when you ask the question, that's what I am applying here. What makes you to choose this concept? Theory, subject, idea, or lab? What drives you to choose this subject? What motivates you to understand the concept? This is before you get into technicalities of any topic, any concept, any laboratory session, include anything, or a subject. You must ask question yourself what it is. When it comes to, for example, my subject English, when you want to study the course called English, first thing is you must ask question yourself, what is English? What does it imply? What does it apply? So when you ask these basic questions, and I'm sure the next important element makes you to be driven. Right. The second W, why? After what question is asked, the next is why. So what do? The next is you must ask question yourself, why? Why should I study this course? Why should I read this concept? Why should I apply this method, particularly for my own domain? You must ask question yourself, why? So why is it? Why do I study? Why do you understand? So when you ask all these questions, what triggers in your mind is matter. Something triggers in the mind. So this is what exactly cognitive. So ultimately, a student has to trigger his cognition. It's called a metacognition. And next is the third, in the formula of W2H, H stands for how. How? You take any course or any subject, anything. The how stands for how do you read or study? Simply student, he or she comes to classroom and they study. But you must ask question, how do I study it? Should I just go to library? a human library, human resources, faculty members, to just simply download any information from the available sources from any internet. How do you apply this concept? How do I study this concept? This is the most important question that you must ask yourself. The next is, once you say, how will I get benefited? You must ask question yourself, how will I get benefited? For example, when I was talking to you about W2H formula, what, and then how do I get benefited? Suppose this course, when I study, can I get benefited, after getting, graduated? What kind of employment that I have? You must ask yourself, how will I get benefited? In terms of monetary or any other satisfaction or knowledge, wisdom, what may be, what not? Right. And then you must ask question, how are you end users or stakeholders use it? Whatever product that you design today, whatever service that you offer today, you must have all the time your end users, customers. They must have a clear vision on your product or service. So when you ask question about how, and I'm sure that you get benefited something, what it is that you must ask yourself. So in this formula, what I personally feel about it, W2H. First W, as I told you, W square, what, why, and how. In this formula, if you just remember, if you just apply the concept, employ the concept to your career, your life, I'm sure you get benefited. What it is, you can imagine yourself. Right? Thank you so much for listening to my discussion today. Signing off, Dr. M. Raju, BVRIT. Thank you.
Vishnu Audio Visual Center, like and share and subscribe and click bell icon.